You are now entering the box. Welcome back to Inside the Box. Today we have Susan, GM of Brewskis.
It's me.
What's up?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was just thinking I should have planned this a little later so I could have brought you guys some sandwiches.
Oh, man. Who scheduled this thing?
I know. It was very poor planning on my part.
What's your favorite thing you guys got on your menu?
So I always like to base it off of category because we've got a few different categories. The salad, chef salad all the way.
Yeah.
The pizza, chicken bacon ranch. You can't go wrong with that combo. And the sandwich is going to have to be the chicken pub. Yeah. The grinder.
Like those grinders.
Yes, the grinders. They're so good.
I know. There used to be, what was that place on Wabash or on 6th Street called out there by the old Hollywood video or what was that place called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They had grinders a long time ago, and I love those.
Yeah, I have people come in and talk about that place a lot.
And the first time we came in there and you had grinders, I was like, oh my God, they got grinders.
They're so good too. They're on the sweetbread.
Yeah.
So we bake the sweetbread there.
Oh,
and
nice.
so it's fresh every day. So
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
Have you been with Brewskis since you guys opened?
Since the very start.
Nice.
Yeah,
how long has it been
Donna. We opened up right in the middle of COVID in the late summer, early fall of 2020.
Yeah.
Right in the middle. We were open for maybe a month, and then they did the indoor dining shutdown. So it was like, all right, well, we're going to roll with this. And we did just carry out only all the way through Christmas. Just kind of trying to sell gift cards, carry out, all that. We couldn't do anything with the bar. It was rough. It was really rough, but
yeah,
we were just trying to gain our footing, and then they shut down indoor dining. So
yeah,
it was a learning experience, but we made it through somehow.
Were you able to get many people to do like pickup and stuff like that?
Yeah. We had a lot of friends and family at first, and then word of mouth started to travel. We really pushed it hard on social media, and it wasn't, booming sales by any means. We were really missing out on the alcohol part of things because we had the full bar, and we couldn't really do anything with that. But we made it happen just enough to get through the holidays. I think they opened back up in January, maybe, of 2021. I remember going through Christmas. So it was right after that we were able to open back up, and then slowly but surely the people started coming in. Yeah. So it worked out.
Well, it's a cool spot. I love that spot over there. I remember when you guys were first opening, for some reason I was like, this is a weird spot. Mm-hmm. But then as I thought about it more, I'm like, well, you got all those state buildings right there, and all those people drive down Jefferson, and I was like, maybe that will be a good spot.
It's a busy street for sure, and a lot of people drive by, and they'll walk inside, and they're like, wow, we had no idea this place was like this big in here. Yeah. From the outside, it doesn't look like it's just a tiny little spot, but we actually have a lot of room inside. It is a lot bigger than it seems,
because you got you have like a room in back too, don't you?
Yeah. So when it used to be Turbo Fire there. We came in, we brought Brewskis in, opened up the bar, completely remodeled the place, and we were serving the Turbo Fire food for a while, and they still had the manufacturing in the back room where they were doing all the frozen pizzas.
Oh, okay.
So we, once manufacturing went off on their own, we opened that room up and put all the darts back there, made it like a game room, so it really gave us a lot more space. Yeah. So it worked out really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Was Brewskis ever open anywhere else? No?
No.
Okay.
No, so we came in and partnered up with Turbo Fire, brought the bar in. Like I said, it was during the indoor dining shutdown, so they weren't open. And we completely remodeled, put the bar in, everything like that, repainted. And then we opened up the bar side of things and basically partnered with the restaurant. And now it has turned into just solely Brewskis Pub. We still have the same recipes that everyone loves, but we wanted to really make it our own and give it the Brewskis Pub name. So we changed, menu item names, added a bunch of our new stuff, our own stuff, and just kind of gave it our own vibe. Yeah. So
no, that's awesome.
It worked out really well.
We it's probably really. Have you guys been busy for March Madness?
Oh yeah. Yes, it is a hot spot for March Madness, football, even the baseball games, Cardinals, Cubs. We have a lot of diehard we call it your favorite sports bar divided because we have just,
both sides.
Yes,
That's
we're always
funny.
battling over the TVs. Like, put the Cubs on there, put the Cardinals on there. So, yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, man, I got on Saturday for March Madness last weekend. I got I mean, it was lucky for sure, but I got all the games right in a parlay.
Oh, really?
Every single game.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like, there was 3 games left, and a couple of them were close, so I was like hedging my bets a little bit. I was like, man, if one of these people fail, I can still pull out of this.
Yeah.
But it was, I had to go. So we're out in Sherman.
Oh, so am I.
Are you? Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, you're not Sharon here.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah.
But we're, so I just ran down to Final Four because I didn't have the channels for a couple of them because we don't have cable.
Yeah, I don't either. But they do that with the programming too. They like to throw things on channels where you basically have to go out somewhere.
Yeah, I had to sign up for the premium Paramount Plus to watch the Illinois game at home. I was like,
that's so frustrating when they do that. Yeah. But we have all that stuff. We show all that. So
yeah, how's that work in a bar? Do you have to are you paying for like every TV? Is that what they do?
No. So if we were to do like a pay-per-view fight, we would have to pay per TV. So we don't really air those.
Okay.
And we can't do those on like the streaming services or anything. But the other stuff, like the games that are just shown like for free, but they're on a streaming service, we've got the smart TVs.
Oh, okay.
So we can just show those on like ESPN Plus. If it's just like a channel that is not on the regular cable programming, we can show the games that way. Nice. But like the pay-per-view stuff that you have to pay for, we can't show that unless TV. We would have to pay for it if we did it. And it's so expensive.
I guess UFC's looking at moving away from pay-per-view. They're talking.
Really?
There's supposedly a deal they're trying to work out with Netflix.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we could just go to straight streaming services, I mean, that's where we can kind of show the stuff.
I hope they do. I think a lot of people stream it illegally, is why.
Yeah, they do. They do. We just don't even mess with it. 'Cause it's not worth the risk of getting caught. But it's
business for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people like at home and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the places have to realize that people are going to find a way to go around it.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. And I think that doing something like that is probably going to grow your base. Mm-hmm. You know, if someone that might not be super into it all of a sudden starts watching it because they have Netflix. Yeah. And now they're diehard. You know what I mean?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get phone calls all the time, especially with the fights, UFC. Are you showing it? I'm like, no, we're not. Sorry. Sorry. It's the one thing we can't do.
Yeah, it'd be hard to make that make sense.
Yeah.
Unless it's just one TV.
It's
like,
ridiculous
we're just going to
amount
put it
of
on
money.
a single TV. Everybody's got to watch
that. They won't let you do that, though.
Oh,
they won't
really?
let you. No, they base it off of, like, your business size and your occupancy and how many TVs you have.
One giant
direct
TV.
Just, it's not good.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know this either, but one of our customers in the past had told me about how, like, karaoke at bars is like you can get in trouble, like big trouble, if you're not like paying these like crazy licensing things. I was like, really? Like,
yeah, you have to basically. So think about like every artist has like their music is licensed.
Yeah.
So with our jukebox, the company that we have our jukebox through, they pay the license.
Right.
But if you have any kind of live music, any bands, any DJs, any karaoke, anything like that, you have to pay a separate music licensing company to be able to play those songs in your establishment outside of the jukebox.
You guys ever bring in live music?
Sometimes.
I was there for St. Patrick's Day, and they came in there.
Oh, wow.
not this last one, but what was that, 2 or 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came in with their bagpipes and everything.
Yes, we have those guys come by every year. It's so fun.
Yeah, it was packed.
It's a nice vibe. They just squeeze right in the front door, and then everybody gets quiet. Yeah. It's like the only time you can get a room like that to actually be quiet because everyone's pretty rowdy, but we love the bagpipes.
We had just won the parade, and then me and you went, right? Yeah, there was like 4 of us or 5 of us that went. Yeah, it was fun. It was packed.
Oh, yeah. We pack the place.
One of the girls that used to work here was like airdropping like random pictures to people in the bar.
I love it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, the vibe is usually
people
pretty
were
silly.
Airdropping them back to her like crazy pictures. I was like, this is hilarious.
Like, hopefully something's like, oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it was got kind of weird.
Got kind of weird.
So, you said you're out in Sherman. Are you from Springfield or?
I'm from Sherman.
Oh, you are?
So I live
Nice.
in my childhood home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my parents went out to the south side of Springfield. So
is that weird? You're like, I've been in this house forever.
It's weird. I had to completely remodel my parents' bedroom because that's my bedroom now.
You're
So I was like, yeah,
sleeping in your parents'
this
bedroom.
cannot look like how it used to be when they were here. So yeah, I've completely repainted everything.
That's cool.
We've kind of remodeled, so made it our own.
Nice.
But it is cool.
I like Sherman.
Yeah, I do too.
I love it out there.
It's kind of cool watching my kids grow up in the same neighborhood I did.
How old are your kids?
So my oldest is 17, and then I have a 15-year-old son. He's about to turn 16. Lord help me. And then an 8-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old daughter.
Ah, you got the gamu there.
They're all over the place.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We knocked ours out quick. Mine are 2, 4, and 6.
Oh yeah.
But at one point we had 3 and under.
Yeah, that's hard.
Just for a little period of time,
Yeah.
there was 3, 4,
You're very
and under.
brave.
But, yeah.
Yeah, well, I started all over again. I mean, I had my 2 teenagers, and we were rolling, and then it was like, no, hey, let's do this all over. I'm like, all right, well, let's do it.
Yeah, I waited till. How old were you when you had your first kid?
22.
Okay.
I had just turned 22.
Sorry, it's kind of a personal question.
No, you're fine. I was a young mama.
Yeah, what was I? 30. Let's see. I'm 30. 6. I was like 33.
Yeah.
So I waited till later. So I was like, all right, let's bust these out. I don't want to be some old ass dad.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I wanted to be too, like a young mom. So my first was when I was 22, and then I had my son a year and a half later, and then started all the way back over at 30.
Yeah.
Or 31, I think. Yeah, 31.
How
and then 35.
How was that? Were you like, oh, I can't, this is weird. I'm going back into this.
It was an adjustment.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Everything had changed
Probably
so
a lot.
much
Well,
from having kids just in that short amount of time. Everything was different. All the baby products were different. So I had to like learn everything all over again. I'm like, what is this?
Were you? Was there any kind of, since it had been a while, was there any kind of nervousness to like getting pregnant again? Like, oh, this, I don't know.
Yeah, it was. And I was bartending at the time, full time. So it was a struggle being that active as well. Yeah, but
shout out to you. That's awesome. I mean,
we rocked it somehow, but we did it.
Yeah, I don't think moms get enough credit for what. I mean, my wife she handles like everything. Like she's basically stay at home now, but it was. So she was a hairstylist, and like she would, anytime a kid was sick or something like that, it was always her staying home, and then she had to call and reschedule of her clients, and then she felt like she was letting her clients down, and so about a year ago, we just made the transition and trying to make it work.
Yeah, good for you though. I mean, that's awesome, especially with the cost of childcare and everything.
Yeah, and we actually we were super lucky. Our friend that lives right across, well, we met her when we moved in, but how we met her was she had a daycare right across the street, and it was perfect. Like convenient as shit. And and I mean, comparatively to what people pay, it was a good price, so it was good for a while. But then I think, my wife also wanted that time with the kids, which I understand. I wish I had it also.
Oh, yeah. I was a stay-at-home mom with my teenagers, so I was lucky enough to get to stay home with them. But then when I started having kids again, I was working full-time. I was a single mom. So now I'm a single mom of 4. Oh. And I work all the time for them. We make it work somehow. The kids are really supportive.
Double shout out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exhausting, but it's really rewarding too. They get to see how hard I work for them. So it's awesome. Good. They've my teenagers so far, they have awesome work ethic. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's cool that you've been at Brewskis. So did you know Donna previously?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Donna used to be my mother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, funny story. People love to hear that one, but like she's like a mom to me. So we're family.
Nice.
Even though I'm not with her son anymore, but we all are just one big happy family. And we used to own a bar back in 2009 in town.
Oh, okay.
So she opened a bar. Yeah, it was 2009. I was pregnant with my son. and
What
it was like
that? What was that?
Weebles.
Oh, okay.
So she started Weebles.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was like our family business. I worked there. We all worked together. And then things changed. She ended up selling that and did some more bar business work. She also does taxes full time, so she's got a tax office. And we stayed in touch. We've always, remained close because of the kids and everything.
Yeah.
And I said, if you ever go back into the bar business, call me because you're good at it. She knows what she's doing. She's an awesome businesswoman. And she called me one day. We were on a shutdown from COVID, so I wasn't working. And I had been out at the trading post for about 6 years. And she called me and she was like, hey, I want to open a bar and I want you to come run it. And I was like, let's do it.
Nice.
Like, I'm in, all in. So I never really looked back. And I had my youngest child right at the time we were opening Brewskis. So I wasn't there for like the first few weeks. And then there I was. And we ran with it. And it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's tough to be starting right then, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it was.
What a weird time.
It really was. I mean, but for, I didn't doubt it for 1 second. Just I trusted her. She really knows what she's doing. Like I said, she's just such an incredible businesswoman. So it was like, if I can.
She knows the numbers.
She sure does. If I can follow in her footsteps in any way, I'm in good hands. So, and it's been great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it feels more like a partnership. But so I basically run the show there, and she's present too. She's there a lot too. So a lot of times you come up there, you'll see her as well. So it's one big happy family.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
No, we've always had, great service when we've been in there, and always enjoyed it, for sure. I was excited when you guys were signing on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, good one to bring on
yes.
there. I love Brewskis.
I know. That was like the first day I came in here. You guys were like, the grinders. I said, I need to bring some of those in here.
No, it's fun. And it's nice, too, because, we always try to do business with people that do business with us.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of, like, restaurants or bars or whatever. And so it's nice to have somewhere to be like, all right, let's go out to lunch and take the team out to lunch and know you're giving back to somebody that's supporting you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we love seeing you guys come in, too.
Yeah. No, it's love coming in there, enjoying a little lunch.
The girls have all gotten pretty familiar with some of your faces from having all the videos and the stuff we do. I'm like, who wants to do a commercial?
So what are some of the other, like, big, Super Bowl was probably
Super Bowl's huge, yeah.
March Madness.
It's always packed. March Madness, anytime Illini plays, that's huge. Illini men's basketball.
Yeah.
Big. We packed the house.
They were looking good
on,
what was that, Friday that they played first? Yeah,
Friday.
They were looking good, and then
Sunday.
they freaking got beat.
I think it was 2 years ago. They went out on the first round, and I was so mad.
Yeah,
I was like, man, that was people really love coming out to support Illini, so it was a bummer. Plus, it's like it's our hometown team. We want to see them do good.
Yeah.
So that was a little.
I don't follow sports like super close, but I love like watching them. Like, I love a good game. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know how people have the time to follow them as close as they do.
Some people are just die hard.
I know. I'm like, man, I don't know how you guys can. Just remembering all their names.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'll know a guy or whatever, but I don't remember what his name is,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. There was at one point where I knew the Cardinals lineup like really well. I've kind of fallen off, motherhood's taken a toll, so I've been a little busy, but I still catch the games whenever I can. I love the Cardinals. Baseball, I'd say baseball and college football are my two favorite teams.
Nice.
Sports to watch, I guess.
Do you have a college football team
Oklahoma
that you like?
Sooners.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a good friend of mine. He was like, "You're going to be a Sooners fan. Here, I'm going to buy you a sweatshirt." And then started watching the games with them, and it just kind of turned into that. So.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I've been when it comes to baseball, I've been kind of partial to Cardinals because growing up, my buddy's dad always had season tickets, and he would we'd like go to games. He'd take us to games and
so
stuff.
Much fun. So there's nothing better than just being at the ballpark on a nice day.
Opening day just happened, didn't it?
Yesterday.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of rain. They delayed the game for quite a long time, but they ended up pulling out a win. Nice. So, yeah.
Who'd they play? Who'd Cardinals play? Do you know?
Yeah.
Have Cubs? Okay, this guy's Cubs over here.
You have to throw that in there. That's all right. I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
My ex-husband used to be a Cub. He a diehard Cubs fan too, so we were house divided there for a while. Oh that's yeah, funny. We used to make bets. I want to
Who's doing the dishes tonight?
I want to lie. Go Cardinals. Yeah, but it was fun. It's a fun rivalry. We like to have fun with it. Some people go a little crazy with it.
Yeah.
We like to just have good fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so what's like what's the most challenging part? Like I know in food, you know, I own small cakes. When I took that over, it was obviously very different than this. Like what would you say is the most challenging part of having kind of running a bar restaurant?
The kitchen side of it is challenging, just for me personally. When we had the bar, so I was at the Trading Post, like I said, for 6 years. That was just a bar. There's no food. There's no kitchen. Yeah. I worked like every day there, so I was pretty involved with a lot there. And then when we had Weebles, we had a kitchen, but it was small. It's grown huge now. But when we first started there, we were a very small kitchen. We didn't even have like the fryers or anything like that, and we still don't over at Brewskis. We don't have any like the big fryers that you put, you know, the baskets in and stuff. We've got like a tabletop fryer. But it's, I think the most challenging part for me is, so me and Donna kind of tag team. She kind of helps more with kitchen. I handle more of like the bar. But it's just kind of finding, you know, making sure you're not running out of inventory. The pricing changes on everything. I mean, it's just been insane lately.
That's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's been really hard. You just have to kind of roll with it. Like every month, kind of take a step back, look at what you're doing.
Yeah, it's like how often are we going to change our pricing? Yeah. It could be changing it every week if you were trying to stay at the same spot.
But again, it's like this economy has just been rough.
Yeah,
especially on restaurants. Definitely.
Yeah, it's annoying trying to, because I don't think people realize, you know what I mean, how often that stuff fluctuates.
It does.
And it's like, well, sometimes maybe I'm doing a little bit better, but other times it's like, no, like I'm not raising my prices, but my costs have gone up.
Yeah.
And otherwise you'd be changing them
all the time.
Yeah, constantly.
And then, you're reprinting menus, which costs a lot of money, but I mean, it's just a learning curve. It took us a while to get it right. I feel like we finally are there. We're thriving. We're doing great. Business is just awesome. I mean, you walk in there on a lunch during the week, and it's pretty packed, which is nice. We have such a fast turnaround, so we've got those turbo ovens in there, so we can knock food out. I mean, you can knock a pizza out in a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like we have a really fast, high turnaround.
Which, especially at lunch, that's a big deal.
Yes. We have a lot of state workers that are just on like a 30-minute lunch. But we can get food out to them in like, you know, between 5 and 7 minutes. Yeah. So the kitchen staff, they work really hard. I'm so appreciative of them because it's just nonstop hustle. And my girls up front. I mean, we don't have separate servers, bartenders. We do it all. So if you order a mixed drink in the middle of lunch and then you want, you know, your table as well, we're doing all of it just on the go as fast as we can. And I'm so grateful. I have an amazing team.
Yeah. So. How's that been, hiring and team? And
pretty good. I've got a few girls that have been with us from the start.
Nice.
And that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it's been over right about 5 years. So in this industry, you don't tend to see that a lot. There's like a pretty high turnaround just because a lot of people don't want to make, you know, this isn't what they're going to do forever. And that's fine, you know. But there's challenges. But right now where we're at, I feel like the team I've got is just so solid. And
that's good.
I hope they stick around.
Well, hell, if that no tax on tips goes through, they'll be making more money.
Tell you what, as a business owner point of view on that, it's really scary.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's just going to be another learning curve for all of us.
Yeah.
Try to figure out what to do to make it work the best for everyone. So hoping for the best, but we'll make it work whatever happens with it.
Yeah. Is there a is there a bad side to that for a restaurant? Like, I mean, it's just more benefit for your team, right? Or
From the owner, so you'd have to raise wages, which would be harder.
really,
Yeah.
even just for the no tax on tips, it's part of that.
Right. It would be as far as I'm concerned, now I might not be as educated on it as I
Yeah.
should be, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be, raising wages
Oh, really?
up to a certain amount, which would obviously take effect on
Huh.
the business and everything. But like I said, I'm kind of waiting to see if it actually does
Yeah.
go through, takes
Kinda one of
place,
those
and
things.
then
It's
it's
like,
like,
let's
all
just see
right,
what
I'm going to
happens and
research, see
figure
what
it out.
happens, and make it work the best way we can on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I just thought that all the servers and bartenders out there would be pocketing a little extra money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the food things. I mean, you got stuff that could expire, or you know what I mean. Yeah, you're out of inventory, and when do I order so I don't have stuff expire? Yeah, it's challenging.
Getting product that is not up to par. So then you're calling and it's like, hey, can you bring us replacement tomatoes because these don't look good, and or they load the trucks at the warehouses, and sometimes your product doesn't make it on the truck. So then you're really waiting for something that you really need,
Doesn't
and it
show.
doesn't show up, and you're on the phone scrambling like, can you please bring me this?
Yeah.
Luckily, we've got some really good reps. I had a couple of my really close guys. My guy from Skeff Distributing, he just retired yesterday. We worked together for 16 years.
Wow.
So a few tears were shed there. But it's like you have your people that you can call that's like, hey, I need help with this. Like,
No,
help
he's
me
gonna
out.
take care of you.
Yeah. And so I think it's important to have those relationships when you own a business like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's been interesting, like just kind of learning some of the ins and outs in there, but yeah, it's also frustrating.
It's hard. We're always learning. I feel like there's always, something that comes up that's like, all right, we're going to take this as a chance to learn from it. Obviously not let it take us down, but do something different next time, I feel like the industry is just always changing, and you just have to try and keep up with it. And it can be exhausting. It can really take a toll on you, but it's rewarding to see all of the people come in and all of the people in the seats. And it's like, all right, we must be doing something right because people love to come and see us.
Yeah.
And that's really rewarding. So it just kind of makes all the bad things worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the struggles are worth it.
You know what you guys should do
What's that?
is replace Fire at Ale.
Replace where?
Fire at Ale in Sherman.
Okay. Brewskis 2 coming up.
Come on, let's go. Have you guys ever talked about opening another one? It's
I think we've mentioned it, or maybe moving locations. I really like where we're at though, because we're right outside of downtown.
Yeah.
So it's just really nice to kind of get that traffic. But we've talked about like being out in Sherman or something like that. We're both from there. Donna's from there too.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is over there. I just feel like they can't get it together, and I just wish
it's hard to watch.
I know Will a little bit at Brick House, and I've said to him too. I'm like, I just want someone to take it over so it's consistent and good, and like I want a place that I feel like I love going to, taking the kids to that is in Sherman.
Yeah, wasn't it for sale at one point, or did they just switch owners?
I think it switched owners like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, because I think there was like talks about going out there.
Yeah.
Or wanting maybe just like if they ever came up for sale, hey, let's go out there type thing. But
I know there was a bunch of drama with bugs or something over there.
I saw that. Yeah, that's always a rough go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I know it's a requirement to, have treatment or whatever for that.
Yeah,
but
you have to. I mean, there's just certain standards with the restaurant. You have to keep up on that stuff, and you can't let it slip for even a month because the results can just be catastrophic. We really stay on. Cleanliness is huge for us. So
Yeah.
we are
And
just
that's hard
constant
in a food
going.
business. It's hard.
You have any downtime, it's like, let's pull out this and clean behind that.
Yeah.
Our staff knows you just don't, we don't really stop. It's just always something to do.
Yeah. Do you know we're getting a McDonald's?
In Sherman?
Yeah.
I heard that. Is there a Starbucks coming too?
I don't know about that one.
I thought
There's
I heard
Hayes.
that too.
I know Hayes is building right there.
Oh yeah, so I'm good with Hayes.
But
love
I
to
guess
support local.
I guess right across the street from the bank is a McDonald's is going in.
So over like by where that animal hospital is?
I think so.
By UCB over there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Also
where
right
it
by
is.
the highway.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I had a meeting a couple weeks ago, just talking to. It wasn't the mayor, it was, some of the other people there, but I was like, man, I wish we had a Sangamo Brewing. Mm-hmm. I just like at Sangamo Brewing, they have an outside area where it's closed in. We can let the kids run around. We can sit there and enjoy ourselves and not worry about them. Like they could play and be busy. I wish there was something that was a little bit enjoyable for a parent with young kids to be able to go to, have some food, have a couple drinks, and the kids to be able to just be busy and
right. They can kind of go off, and you don't have to worry about them running out to the street or anything
exactly
like that.
And I'm just surprised with being right off the highway that there's not more opportunity. I guess
I've always thought we've been a little behind on like the development side of things. Just because we are in like a prime spot. I'd like to compare us to Chatham in a way, because Chatham I felt like really grew all the way up towards the mall. Like they brought in all the fast food, all that stuff, and we just don't really have anything. We kind of just stopped. But I mean, hopefully it's a good thing. The traffic it brings, I guess.
Well, it's tough too. Like I love the small town feel.
Yeah.
And just driving into Sherman feels good. Like you go over the river, it's kind of nice.
Cell phone service. I always say you're not from Sherman unless you've never said once in your life, "Hang on, I'm going over the river." Because you lose cell phone service every time. The kids know their tablets aren't working because we're on the river. There's no service.
My wife seems to always call me right then.
And
I'm like, you're going to lose service. Just call me right after.
Exactly. I'll call you as soon as I cross the river. But yeah, it's stuff like that I love too. It is a nice little hometown feel.
The Christmas lights, you know what I mean, during Christmas time.
They go all out.
Or 4th of July, just flags all down the way when you're coming in. And the high school, they put all the players out there. And it's got a cool kind of small town feel.
My son plays high school football.
Does he? Nice.
I absolutely love watching him play football at the same high school.
The whole field and everything's crazy.
I'm so grateful that my kids get to experience that.
Yeah.
Because back when I was in high school, I'm like, I was so different there.
Yeah.
It was like really small town feel. And we had one of the biggest classes in my class, and we were at like 105, which isn't that big. But, growing up in a small town and all the memories I have at that high school and watching my kids go through there too is it's so awesome. Yeah. I love it so much.
Yeah, I guess that's one nice thing that came out of the pandemic is, I assume that's where some of the money came from for Sherman school stuff, but it just all the schools getting upgraded is good, I think. And, and that whole, I've played basketball with some guys on Sunday nights sometimes in the gym over there, and I'm like, man, this is so
incredible.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so nice.
And we went to our first year there. We went to like the first football game, and that was our first experience, at that field. And I was like, "Dang, this is crazy!" Like blowing off fireworks.
Yeah, the way the lights flicker, all the different colors when they score a touchdown. I just love it.
That's got to be fun for them playing.
Oh yeah, I get emotional when I see him out there on the football field.
What position does he play?
So he plays. He's been switching back and forth, but he's going back into a wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's the only one of my kids that plays sports right now. My oldest daughter played volleyball for a little bit. It just wasn't for her.
Yeah.
She's going into nursing. She's doing the CNA program before her high school classes in Lincoln,
Oh,
and then
wow.
she goes there until like 9:45 or so, and then she goes over to high school.
Nice.
So she's focused on that. My son is focused on nothing but football. The little two are trying to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing the directions that, I mean, mine are pretty young still, obviously, but just like what they're into, their personalities, they're so different. You know, they're so close in age, and you know, my oldest, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be this, you know, sports guy really. But I was talking to somebody about that, and they're like, that's how my oldest was, and he became the most hardcore sports guy like later on.
My son didn't play any sports until he got to high school.
Yeah, that's
Not
crazy.
one sport. And then he said, I'm going to go out for freshman football. And I was like, are you serious?
Has he ever been injured?
Not yet. Yeah. I shouldn't say
That's
not yet. Hopefully never, but
that's what freaks me out
I haven't
about
had
football.
any scary moments.
That's
but
good.
yeah, he started off as a freshman, and he's been killing it. I'm so proud of him.
That's awesome.
And I love going to the games and watching.
Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope one of my kids is into sports, just because it's fun. I mean, right now my my oldest did just start basketball, and so
that's cool.
So far it seems like the thing that he's like into the most. You know, he played t-ball. I think it's just a little slow for him.
Yeah.
T-ball. He was doing jiu-jitsu. He did really like that.
Oh, that's cool.
He tried soccer. Didn't like soccer.
Yeah, all my girls tried dance. None of them stuck with it.
Yeah.
I did dance all the way up until I was almost in high school. I loved it.
Yeah.
But and I played soccer, and I'm like, can one of my kids just play soccer? Like, I was so hardcore.
It's
about
like the
soccer.
one thing I know about. Let's
go. My youngest daughter has been showing an interest in hockey, and I'm like, oh, I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
Zero. But a few of her dad's friends do, so I'm like, all right, well, I guess we got that. The uncles can step in and help her if she decides she does want to do that. But
my niece and nephew play hockey. They're pretty hardcore into it.
Yeah, she's 4, so I was like, if she's going to start, you know, I thought about taking her out to the Nelson Center and trying out some ice skating and see if she roller skates around the house constantly. Like, she loves having roller skates on, so I'm like, maybe this might be her thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, she loves Inside Out, so that's where she got the idea from.
Okay, I was going to say, what made her, like, think about hockey?
Yeah, Riley plays hockey,
that's
so
funny.
she got to.
Yeah, the basketball is what I pretty much always played, and that's what I'm like, you know, seeing him play. That's one thing I can like kind of give some tips on a little bit. I mean, I wasn't great at it, but I still went through it and
know the game enough.
Actually know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him like enjoying playing it. It's just funny at that age because
they
don't know what they're doing. They're just running around.
It's just so cute.
I'm like, don't run up next to the guy with the ball. Like, you got to be back to get a pass.
He's just thinking ball. I'm going right for it.
Yeah, and they all like someone has the ball and just all of them swarm right next to him.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny to watch. It's hard not to like yell about it, like no, move.
Yeah. That's cute.
But it's
and they're so cute when they're that little.
Yeah, and then my daughter, she does gymnastics, and she's gonna do soccer again this year. She's fast.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, she's fast.
My son, he's so fast.
I don't think she knows whether she likes soccer or not. Last year, she was doing really well with it, like the whole time, and then the last couple games, it seemed like she was over it.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, you just gotta find something they want to do. I always told my kids, though, no matter what sport they played or tried, if you start the season, you're going to finish the season. You can quit after that. I don't care. But if you're going to commit to a season with a team, I'm going to count on you to follow through until that season's over. And then you can make your own decision. I'm not going to force my kids to play sports as much as it broke my heart when my daughter quit football or volleyball.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you know, you're going to commit to something. You're going to finish out that commitment to the end of the season. And then whatever you want to do after that, I support. But they know going into it, if you're going to try something, you're going to at least finish it out.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. Yeah. That's what, you know, I try to tell them, like, I don't care what you do. Just try to be the best at it.
Yeah.
Even if, you know, in the moment.
Yeah,
whether you want to keep doing it or not. You know, I don't care if you're flipping burgers, but flip them burgers good and make a good ass burger.
That's right. That's right.
Because it's there's I was actually listening to a podcast, and it was super interesting. That kind of plays into this a little bit, but this guy was talking about how type B personalities have type A problems, and type A personalities have type B problems. So type B is, maybe somebody that's not as motivated. They're a little bit lazy. They don't work as hard. Well, they have the problems like they need to work harder to be successful, or to get a job, or to be good at their job. Type A people, like maybe they're CEOs or, leaders or whatever it may be, but they work hard and they bust their ass, but they have the problem of not being able to relax a little bit. And they're just like I don't remember how he described it, a walking anxiety. I don't know. It was funny how he described it, but and then he talked about how in movies, it's always the type B personality that's like, getting some training and overcomes all these challenges to become a good leader or successful. But there's never the reverse, because it seems like, somebody that is successful and has that type A, and maybe he's a CEO or something, they're already privileged or whatever it may be, but they actually are facing their own challenges that there's no movies that are like, oh, he overcame his challenges and now he's relaxing a little bit and not working as hard. You know what I mean? It was just interesting the way that this guy like talked about it, and I was like, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's kind of a weird thought.
Cool way to think about it, but it's so true. I mean, it kind of goes back to like, you always want what you don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Grass is always greener.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got to just find a happy medium, I feel like.
Yeah.
Try to find the balance. I've got type A and type B all swarmed around in there. So it's like, try to figure out. But sometimes it's like I have turned into a workaholic also. And it's like I feel like I'm really good at like having the balance between work and home life. 4 kids by myself is a lot. I mean, they still go see their dads and stuff, but just the day-to-day, like working a full day and then coming home and you go right into dinner and bath time and schoolwork and everything, and it's just me doing that with them, and it's just sometimes it can be overwhelming.
It's probably hard too with that many, like even me now, like I know, like, I want to help, this kid work on his words and this one work on his outfit. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to just dedicate with one kid, like sit there without getting distracted by the other kids or whatever it may be, to help them work on one thing. And
then one gets upset because it's like, I'm doing a school project with this one, but this one wants my attention over here. It's tough. But my teenagers are awesome. They step in a lot and help me out. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good balance. I guess that was the good part. Having the kids so far apart is the older ones help me out a lot.
It's interesting the difference. Like there's obviously very different benefits and negatives to the different ages that you have kids. Like my sister-in-law had a kid when she was 18. And but she's like the young, cool mom now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now she just had a couple more kids, but it's much later. So this one's like, I think she's like 12 or something like that now. Yeah. But she's got a little brother that's, he's 2 and 1. Just had his first birthday, something like that. Yeah. So it's just, I see those differences, and, it's also nice having some later, because maybe you've already like, when I look at myself, I'm like, well, at least I got my business started. Like I couldn't imagine starting a business
seriously
with these 3 kids. Cause like even now, like I have trouble. Like I used to work like 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? Starting the business, like I was busting my ass like all the time, and I still do work very hard, but I've been conscious of like, okay, I need to get home. Like I go home and spend time with the kids. Like it's very hard for me to stay late and work that much, because I want to get home and spend time with my kids. And but I mean, shout out to all the freaking people that start businesses with kids, because I don't know how you do it. It's challenging.
I was pregnant with my youngest when we decided to do this, and it was like, all right, well, We're opening right about the same time I'm about to have her.
Yeah, that had to be challenging.
Yeah. But we made it work.
Yeah.
We figured it out. Luckily, it was, family. So
yeah,
it's been.
That's nice.
Yeah. But I had some people come in that kind of like took over with running the place for me before I was able to come in. So I did stay home with my youngest for a while.
That's good.
I would just take her in there with me a little bit just to kind of see how everything was going. And I had some people that really stepped in. And one of them is still with us. She's like my right hand.
That's awesome.
And I'm fortunate that I'm surrounded by people like that who are so supportive of me focusing. Like my kids will always come first, but my job is really important to me too. Our business is really important to me, and somehow we figured out a happy balance to make it all work. So
yeah, well, that's important.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got a great place over there, man. Good food. If anyone's ever been to friggin' Brewskis, get over there. It's interesting that there's like a lot of bar restaurants, but not most of them aren't that great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like either the food's not very good, or the place is kind of shitty, or whatever.
Or there's
it may
like one
be.
good thing that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Or there's a certain place I go where it's like I really look forward to this dish every time, but every time I get it, it tastes different. And
No
that's always a
consistency.
bummer. I'm like, man. So,
That's a challenging thing with food too,
we
man.
strive
Consistency.
for that. We strive for it every time we're watching things. Like it has to come out the same way anytime anyone orders it. So yeah, I mean, like customer feedback is super important too. So we get, sometimes you get a bad review on something. It's like, hey, I appreciate you telling me that, or else we wouldn't learn from it.
Yeah.
So it's just a learning process. You never stop.
Every day.
That's right.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you.
Again, your place is great. We appreciate you guys as a partner here with Box, and I've loved working with you guys. Definitely the place to go. If you have not been, you got to go try their food. Grinders, I would highly recommend. That's my favorite. All different kinds of them.
Oh, so many different kinds.
I know. I'm always like, all right, I'm getting a grinder. Which one?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many kinds. You can do all the pizzas as a grinder too. Did you know that? Any of the pizza recipes that we have, you can do it as a grinder too.
I don't know if I did know that.
Yeah,
now it's going to be
a little hidden gem.
Even more complicated when I'm trying to order.
The people that know, but like not a lot of people know that. They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you probably will be popping for March Madness this weekend.
Perfect. I'm working.
So
I'll be up there.
Get in there.
Yep.
Enjoy some March Madness on all the TVs. Again, great food. And what's the best place for them to find out more?
We've got our website, 217brewskis.com. Our Facebook page, we've always got the latest and the greatest on there.
Best place to find current deals and drinks. And
any of the specials we're running, they're always up on our Facebook.
Awesome.
And I think we have gone over, I think you guys have taken us over to Twitter and Instagram too.
Yes.
With the
across
same,
the board.
the 217 Brewskis handle. It's kind of all around, so.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah, check them out. 217 Brewskis. Good food. And definitely March Madness this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Good talking to you.
Thank you. You too.